Hey everybody, I'm Yendi and this is Odyssey with Yendi, Untold Journeys, where I speak with some of my favorite people and have some shape-shifting conversations. Here, they share their stories, leaving nuggets of goodness and life lessons to motivate and inspire our own life's journeys. Odyssey with Yendi Untold Journeys is brought to you in partnership with MasterCard. Together, let's start something priceless. And Sagicor.
From home sweet home to LED, from boombox to Bluetooth, from rotary dial phone to smartphone, Sagicor has been here through it all. From old roads to highways, from your first child to grandchild, we've been helping you achieve your goals, secure your future, protect your loved ones, and put a smile on your face. Sagicor, standing with you for 50 strong years.
Use your MasterCard contactless, a fast, easy, and secure way to pay so you can spend more time with those you love. Because creating extraordinary moments is essential. Together, let's start something priceless.
His music has become a staple for us to groove to, but also he's a signature on all stage shows. If you know, then you know. Here is Agent Sasco. I don't know if I should say Sasco, Agent Sasco, Assassin, Jeffrey. I'm like, which hat we talking to today?
There. Everybody there.
All of you are present.
Yeah, man.
It's so good to see you.
Likewise.
It's really good to see you. Actually, since we started there, let's stay there. What differentiates Assassin from Agent Sasco?
So that's something I explored on my last project, and me spoke about that, Sasco versus Assassin. I think, primarily it will come down to maturity, I guess. Yeah, just, time separates them. So Assassin was born at, 14, 15, and Sasco started actually the transition, because it wasn't like a wake up one morning and then boof, it was a transition. I think it started maybe when my first daughter was born, so 05, and the same year my mother died. As a matter of fact, it literally did, because at the end of that year, in order to, I guess, inspire myself for the coming year, that's when I started Agent 006, which was for 2006. Right. So yeah, it literally started around that time, the transition, that is.
Let's go one step before that, because you mentioned Assassin at 14. Why is it that at 14, Assassin became Assassin? How did Jeffrey morph into Assassin? What's the journey?
All right, so my relationship with music started very early. I was, as far as the memories go back, I was very much in love with music, and in particular, our art form, reggae and dancehall. So like I said, I don't know, 2 years old, 3, trying to learn songs off the radio, trying to DJ them. And then when I can't remember all the words and trying to make up my own words and fill in the blanks and things like that. By the time I was 5, I had my own little song and thing.
I'm sorry, you had your own song at 5?
Yeah, trust me, you know.
You remember it? No. I want to hear it. How did it go?
Oh, God, jeez. Well, something about water chuck, ding, ding, water chuck, and if you land, you peckle the water. I've never done that again. Anyway, so water chuck was the song, and of course, every time you have a little family gathering, you have to DJ for auntie and DJ for uncle, you know them things. So that's where my relationship with music started, and it stayed, but not only stayed, every step of the way. I was always a student of the music, so I wanted to learn everything I could learn and get better at it. And the next family gathering, more shock them now, because water chuck kind of, all right,
empty.
You know what I mean? So always, wanting to get better at it. So by the time I got to 3rd form, 4th form, 5th form, that's when we started to do you know, clashing and after school and beating the desk and thing. So it was really lyrical assassin for, you know, of course, yeah, that's, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was the heights of it. In terms of, you know, my high school DJing career. I mean, I used to DJ on like the school barbecues as early as age 7 or 8 at primary school.
Oh, wow.
I won my first DJ contest in grade 3 at 7 years old. Yeah, my DJ, a professor not show name, Tansobak, and win. And then one of the I guess prizes for winning was to perform at the school barbecue or whatever it was, Christmas concert.
Yeah.
And that was not only students, no, it was like people,
Family members come and buy tickets, yeah?
Yeah, man. So, boy, I remember.
Talk to you then.
Yeah, talk to you. Yeah, that was, yeah, Hope Valley, big up. So that's, you know, so as I said, my relationship with music was always a part of my growing up. And high school is when it got, you know, really, you know, heavy. And then that's when I met Briggy, who is, of course, Briggy Ben's Sprague nephew, and then that became a part of how I got started.
You just said big up Hope Valley a while ago. You mentioned the water truck, and all of us know Banks of Hope. Without question, for me, that's one of my favorite albums ever. I mean, Theory of Reggaetivity, yeah, no, Banks of Hope.
Hope River.
Hope River.
Yeah, man.
Let us talk about how much growing up, the way you grew up, influenced the love of music and even your lyrical content, even Water Truck. What was that life like?
So I grew up in pretty much, I would say, 2 realities. So my mother and my father separated when I was 2, so I never saw them together. So that was just, my reality was, you know, being in either spaces. So actually started off with my father because my mother was ill around the time when I was born. And so my earliest memories of my mother was like around like 4 or 5 when my grandmother died, and I, you know, had to come to the funeral.
Right.
And so I spent a couple of years early in my life in Westmoreland, a place named Cornwall Mountain. I may talk about real rural, I may talk about milk, goat and cow morning time, and that's the milk. And the milk from the supermarket. And we used to actually catch conies in Westmoreland. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, I remember me in high school and the teacher said, oh, so these are conies, and the Arawaks eat off the whole of them and them extinct from it. And I said, hold on, miss.
I have a coney in my backyard.
So yeah, I mean, you know, so I talk about
wow, conies, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Wicked.
So by the time 5 years old, you know, I guess reunited with my mother at that point and my other siblings, my brothers and my sister, and then started Hope Valley at that time so them used to call it 5-year-old. You have a class named 5-year-old.
Yeah, it's true.
So yeah, that's when I started there, and then my father now still lives in a place named Pedro District in St. Catherine, and so I was between those spaces, and of course it had everything to do with, you know, my formative years clearly, and then, you know, the things that contributed to who I was and who I was to become. So Kintyre side of things now. So we used to walk from Kintyre to Hope Valley, which is like, I don't know, 1.5 miles or something. So you walk to and from school, literally along the banks of the Hope River. Yeah. You have to cross the river to the bridge, and sometimes you're bad and you're going at the river, you find out, listen, we used to explore.
Roll up your pants?
Yeah, man, the whole thing. River come down and you race, sticking at the river, and, you know, you name it. Remember, like Gilbert time, when Gilbert happened, of course, nobody know have water. Well, we never had indoor plumbing anyway. It's just like a little standpipe in the yard, and then if you don't have water in your pipe, you go down the road. I'm used to like bathe on the roadside and them things like, you know, and then sometime water in the other pipe, then I forgot further pipe. Yeah, why the water there? It's like the water always I try make you go further and further. Till one of the time you have a place named falling up a Garden Town road or so.
Yeah.
One of the time, as far as I know, it was the only water anywhere from Garden Town to, I don't know, August Town.
Further.
The only thing of water is this, just a pipe that come out of the mountain, you know. But them say some underground spring or something.
Oh, wow.
And imagine the whole community descend on the one pipe, and so you have your 2 little bucket and some man come with all a van full of drum, and you know, just is a whole experience. But it definitely is a kind of thing that certainly I would imagine instill a lot of character, because you know, you can't soft and endure all of that.
There.
No,
so.
you can't.
No.
And you get to appreciate things in a real way. So like, you know, whenever I had TV growing up, you know, just some, like, I mean, like, listen, how long is this thing? Because it's just, yeah. But to answer the question.
You are, without question, a very good storyteller. So if we're not mind sharp, you know.
Yeah, but to answer the question though, absolutely. You know, most of what I hold to be what, you know, important to me, a lot of it is from my experiences along the banks of the Hope, and also, you know, growing up with my father as well, like I say, weekends with daddy, and, you know, holidays and stuff like that.
Yeah. Let's come back to the meeting of Benz. And is signings did go on, or just
no,
you have
just,
to flex and power and
just,
say,
you
come
know,
in?
You know, so Briggy, all right, so interestingly, when I was in high school, as much as I love music and, you know, everybody had tell me how, you know, wicked of a DJ I am and things like that, I always felt like it was maybe reserved for some, you know, special people.
Yeah.
You know, and I have because I have just a different respect for the art form and the people who do it.
Yeah.
So, you know, Briggy, the NFI farm now, Briggy, I go pursue a music career, and I go sixth farm, and I go, you know, do something else that, you know, maybe I'm worthy of, but not music. So I say, yo, Briggy, yo, hear that thing, yeah. So, you know, I DJ some tune, and like him, you know, I give him the tune them, because I'm not going to use them. So one of the songs that I gave to him, Spragga ended up performing the song for Steely and Clevie and Street Sweeper Rhythm. And so, of course, I'm excited, you know, because throughout high school especially, my DJ them was Spragga, Buju and Bounty. And then, you know, outside of that, people like Professor Nuts from my youth, Papa San and Stitchy them, and you don't know. So anyhow, so it's a real honor this now for Spragga perform the tune, and, you know, I want to meet Spragga now, and, you know, eventually.
Excited.
Yeah, eventually, I actually call the host one evening for talk to him, and I said, "What youth? Ray. All right, meet me down at Penthouse." I'm going to meet him like the following week at Penthouse. He was working on an album in time, the name Fully Loaded, I think it was. That's where I met Donovan Jermaine as well for the first time. And it went something like this. So I wanted to continue to write. I was still in high school. It was the summer of, before going to upper six.
Right.
And so I was like, yo, I want to continue to write. And I said, differently still, you know, how the business set up locally, you know, if you can do it yourself, might as well. And then on top of that, is because him did feel like his biggest song why him even do it, you know. So him said, but if you can DJ, I said, if me can DJ.
You know me.
So I said, do it. So him said, Jeremy, say, are you here? Him say, one DJ for him summer holiday, which literally what it was, because, you know, I have school for finish, and then even still I was feeling like, let me test it out and see if me really good enough.
Here? This is
Camperdown. Yeah, man. So I see what can go on for the summer, you know, see if me even good enough. Because, you know, at this stage, I was confident enough based on all of the little amateur DJ contests them and I see. Sometimes like me and my sister Olivia would go through Spanish Town for like come back to, you know, travel from my father to come back to Kintyre, and and would like there Spanish Town and see like some DJ contests are going on. Like I said, yo, go on a fool. Like I said, yo, I'm tell go done it, isn't it? And yeah, would listen to her go on, and I said, no, sir, them not ready. And some of the time, you know, I take it on and mash up the place, you know, them kind of things. So I was confident in that way, but like I say, you know, I did feel like, you know, just maybe still are some different people.
Yeah.
You know, some more elevated beings, and you know. So anyhow, so I see how it go. So Spragga start introduce me to people, and of course, you know, the Chinese telephone go, when Spragga introduced me to somebody, and it might come up, say, yeah, man, you know, the tune pants steal them, remember, other youth are write it, you know. Then it moved from that to dog, so the youth are write the whole of Spragga song them. I'm like, no, you know, so
One.
yeah.
One.
But you know, Spragga with the level of, you know, just respect and you know, how people esteem that people hold him to. Yeah. Then you know, I got a lot of access just because of that relationship. And you know, big up to Spragga. He's always the kind of person that always have several artists around him trying for, you know.
Very true.
Yeah, get him a run. So yeah, that was how that started.
I need to know about the first song that you released as not the writer, not the...
Oh, actually, so it's Buju. The first song, the first time I see my name on a vinyl record was...
I was going to say, on a record?
Yeah, man, a real vinyl. You don't know them time. This is what, 99. I was still in high school. A song named Revamp.
Yeah.
I don't remember the words, but you can probably go find it. A song named Revamp. It was one of them tunes. I remember when I DJ for Buju the first time. Him listen. And him say, Juvenile it bad, but a tree song that. So I mean, I said too much lyrics, man. Yeah, like the tune, the verse them long, so yeah. I said, I know what's going on, still. You're still in school, you have a lot to say. You'll figure it out.
The shade.
No,
I'm not shading.
But you put out my first record, I mean, you know, it can't get no better than that because, like I say, thinking, say, you know, maybe, because, you know, growing up, yeah, every community have 1,000,001 aspiring DJs, and so, you know, it was kind of like, am I just another aspiring DJ? So, you know, when does it get real? So, to see your name on a record is one of them milestone things. So, you know, big up Gargamel Music for that.
But question, I think everybody wants to know, so I'm just going to ask. Did the one song become 3 songs?
No, it was, I mean, but I want to tell you, is way further on, I can fully appreciate that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, because you go through stages of your development as an artist, and one at a time trying to prove yourself, and you want to make an impression, you want people to be like, yeah. So, you know, full of lyrics. But then after that, no, all right, you know, you need songs and you need people for be able to sing along and songs that can stay with people. So you want hooks now. And then, you know, after that, then it's content. Like, you know, it's that, well, for me, you mature from one type of content to something else.
Yeah.
Can't be saying the same things that I was saying when I was 17.
Right.
You know, when you're twice that age. So yeah, I've grown to accept and appreciate those, and it's nothing Buju used to teach me and tell
What
me.
else him teach you? Tell us, please. I would love to hear what else he said.
We're not gonna give everything still, but you know, just having a responsibility in terms of, you know, how you carry yourself and relate to the music.
I'm actually just going to do it for the people. The people want you to do it like him. Huh? That's what we actually want. In case you think.
If I remember any particular line that need to be delivered in the way that only Gargamel can deliver it, but yeah, it was a lot. Further on, I remember some things. Share it with you.
Yeah. We're back in 05. We're back in 05 where AC is born. We're back in 05 where Miss Nelly has transitioned. And Assassin is now going through a lot of changes. Birth has happened, passing has happened, and there's a transition for you. Walk us through that.
So my mother was ill for, I don't know, maybe 2 years. And, you know, watching that whole thing was, you know, as 22 at the time. You know, career young and you know, growing and doing well.
Growing
and,
nicely too, yeah.
And you know, growing up, there was always the dream of doing so much, and you hear all these songs about what people want to do for their mother. So I'm finally, you know, getting in a position where I'm, you know, I can do a little bit and thing. And so, you know, I really wanted her to, you know, enjoy, you know, just something, you know. And then, like, almost immediately, then she got ill, and then, you know, just seeing all of that, it got to a point where I knew it was inevitable, and was feeling like, well, might as well, because it's, you know, just seeing that is just too, you know, it's tough. And then, you know, afterwards, so the day after my mother died, it was October 28th. I went to the barber. I remember I used to have the braids and things, so I cut the braids off. I was like, all right, well, surely people going to see me and be like, dog, you cut your hair, versus, you know, really taking the time to really, you know, see what I'm dealing with. So there was that. And then just going through it. I mean, time is the only thing that can deal with the feelings that come along with that.
With loss.
And so I started to look forward to when it would, because I'm like, surely it can't feel like this forever and ever. Yeah. So I started to look forward to when it would feel better, and then just trying to distract myself, immersing myself in music and in work and thing. So that's where the whole, like I said, Agent 006 thing come from, just, you know, trying to motivate myself. And then becoming a father now, that's a whole nother story again. As the song said, I get a daughter now, so I have to think smarter now. It's like losing a parent at that time and becoming a parent, you start to, you know, like, I wanted to challenge myself to be the kind of parent that my mother was and that my father was in some ways, and in other ways to do different and
improve upon their version.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I was very deliberate about trying to learn my role as a father, because that's the thing, people feel like you get a youth and then all of a sudden them come with a manual and you know what is what. It's a learning, just to say. Me and Ali talked about this a couple of days ago, as a matter of fact.
Did you?
Yeah, it was a good conversation. I was like, yo, you see with me, I was 22, you know, and I had to learn and grow, because she said Joshua and Lauren have it easy. You know, them get nice. Them
get the grown-up, mature version of daddy.
Yeah, so yeah, you know, I accepted that I had to learn, and that I wanted to learn, and I knew, you know, the kind of parent that I wanted to be. And so.
What kind of parent are you?
Let's see. Maybe I forgot to say, but the kind of parent that I'm trying to be is, I want to help them maximize themselves and to find their potential and support it, rather than steer them towards or away from. You know, so, well, in terms of potential, of course, we want to steer them away from arms house and, you know, all of the undesirable traits. But, you know, but in a way that will allow them to be them authentic self and
who they are at the core.
Yeah. So hopefully I'm doing that. I need to ask them how it's going.
Well, I think all of us who follow your family on socials would say you're not doing too badly. Your kids are pretty great.
Yeah, thank you. So that's like I say, that's what and then even like my generation or our generation, I would imagine, like, there is kind of a do it because I say so and the argument done, versus do it because I say so, because make no mistake about it. I don't know democracy are going.
Right.
See, but it's, I tell you why, but here's why.
Like with reason.
Yeah, this is what I'm thinking, and this is why I'm saying that. And if you have a better argument, you know, let's hear it. But still, yeah,
you're gonna do what I say. In your industry, there are not many representations or examples of the family unit. I actually really like how you say, you know, we get a youth, because a lot of the mindsets here in the space is you get a youth and you get youths. How important was it for you, based on your upbringing and what you wanted for your kids, how important was it for you to have a family unit?
So like I said, not seeing my mother and my father together made me want that for my kids. And then I don't think it take any rocket scientist to figure out that that's how it ought to be. Right. You know, so yeah, I just wanted that structure. And as a matter of fact, my mother and my father were married, so there was, you know, they had that for a while. And but like I said, I never saw it, and so I wanted, you know, a situation like that. And then in the way that my mother and my father still co-parented without smartphones and even phones. Yeah. I remember my mother used to write a note on a Friday, put it in, sometimes not even in an envelope, just write it and fold it and give with all your misdeeds. and I have to walk with the note, and then when I reach up to my father, I have to read it and face whatever judgment was to come. So yeah, so I saw that and realized that if they were able to be on the same page without being under the same roof, then I could only imagine, you know, what it would be if you could, you know, really be in a situation like that. So yeah.
Here you are, maybe just over a decade later.
20 years, what are you talking about?
Okay, I was actually trying to be kind to you in time.
I don't one of them. No, listen, I'm born 1982 people. My birthday, December gone, me at 38. I'm not depend that. Like, no, if you are going to live forever, God bless you. But I'm getting old, okay? Yes.
Well, it's not showing, not even a gray hair in sight.
Exactly. So, but no, listen, I'm not depend that. I'm not, I'm my daughter is 15. Are you kidding me? No.
True. Yeah. Well, let me just lay it out then. Yeah. After a double decade in the business, are you still in love with music? Do you still wake up excited to go on the stage? Are you still excited to say, put you another year, put you. Come on, everyone, forget your troubles.
Right, so,
by the way, that's my song.
That's a very good question.
Thank you. I'm joking.
So, my relationship with music will always be, it's sincere and it's unconditional and it's all I've known. Like I said, my earliest memories include that. Yeah. But at the same time, like I said, I'm not, I know I'm not gonna be a 25-year-old forever. And so I am growing and flowing like the river, you know, so. The
Hope River?
Yeah, so at this stage of my development, you know, when and if the world ready for have show again, I'm ready to go. And if I virtual. And so I'm in love with music in that way. Yeah. But you know, I expect my relationship and my role to be different in time to come. I'm not trying to stand in the way of, the other generation. A time going to come and we're going to need for, maybe look towards more producing young talents and mentoring and things like that. But as it stands now, all is well.
Hey there, I know you're really enjoying this episode, but I also know you really like my Odyssey by Yendi shirt. So I'm just saying, be sure to click below in the description box to figure out just how you can get your hands on some Odyssey by Yendi apparel. Yeah? Okay, bye. You know what's funny? You mentioned mentoring the next generation, but what I do love a lot about the direction that you've chosen, it's actually one of the things that in some of the conversations with my peers or colleagues, I think it's where I give you the utmost respect. The fact that your music transcends generations. And I say that because, as I've shared with you, my daughter literally listens to some of your music to get herself pumped up. So she'll be like, I'm so grateful, grateful, give thanks, grateful. Or she'll be like, I've got a song that makes me feel. And the fact that she's an 8-year-old now, and that, I mean, albeit you're Lauren's dad. But most importantly, there's music that speaks to her soul. You are making music that, for me, the Almighty Protect We is like a anthem. That is, watch here, goosebumps every time. And here you are a few years later, many moons later, and whole new demographic is chanting my song. That speaks to, that can't be just random.
No. Well, that speaks to going in the studio and just doing what I want to do. I care zero about a younger demographic, to be honest with you. Yeah, because I've seen too many situations where, like I said, people want to hide them age and stay young forever and continue to pursue. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to be a slave to this thing that I love so much. You know, so, if I go in the studio and do my song and Izzy love it, great, but I'm not going to be there talking about, I wonder what these kids are listening these days. I mean, you know, I'm not trying to find the next TikTok.
Really?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No. So one of the things that, building a studio at my house, one of the things that I really, made a deal with myself in building that studio was that anytime I go in there, whatever happens in there should have nothing to do with what's happening outside. In the same way that we float the floors and we really set, like, it's really properly built, because I never want to turn up my music and I disturb nobody in the house, so I make it like it really properly done. And in the same way that in order to build a good studio, you isolate it from everything. That's exactly what I want to do in India, and isolate it from every trend, everything that's going on outside. I'm not to do what I'm doing inside there. And I also divorcing the outcome. So I'm gonna put it out. Yeah. So because that's
Jeffrey,
where the freedom
that's a
is.
word, you know.
No, but otherwise, you're left chasing your shadow. I not do that. And listen, I know what it's like. I know what it's like to be unfulfilled, doing something and having success with it, but not finding the fulfillment. I know what that is like. And I was in a bad way for a while because I couldn't define what was causing me to feel this discomfort. So when I identified it, then I know that I have to avoid it at all costs. So it means I just do what I do.
You divorce yourself from the outcome.
Yep. Yeah, I don't. So yeah, so when you need to do this, I need to do that. No. I go do what I feel for do and live with it. Yeah. Straight.
You mentioned building your studio, and that's not just bringing in some gentlemen to construct your studio. That is, Jeffrey say, where the barrow? Push it in the barrow. Smooth off the cement.
Yeah, man.
Lay in the wood. You've shared very openly on your socials your love for building, your love for your garden to the kitchen. What is that side of you like? Where does that come from?
So once again, as we talked about earlier, upbringing. So my father is the kind of man where, you know, as a boy, pick me up to get up and do something. First of all, if my father is home on a weekend, the sun can't be up on you down.
I agree.
You have to up before the sun. So, and you know, you might have like what, 5 acres or something like that with cow, goat, pig, fowl. You know.
By the way, fowl is not the same as a chicken.
Yeah, no, what a common fowl, and then you have white fowl to the whole deal. What you call it? And so you have to get up and do things. Yeah, you know, you have to learn how to use the tools and really learn how to use it. So like, you know, you can't. For example, my father used to love say, "Don't choke the hammer." Like, you know, you hold the hammer there and you hold way up as a man. So what do you think the angle depends on? Oh, just remember that. Going back to our bojo, I promise to say if you remember our bojo. So you know, most times you see, you have no mic, but so most times you see people on stage and them like
oh yeah,
cover
hold the mic here.
up at the cone, right?
Yeah.
Man said, juvenile. Why think man them design the microphone with the long stick on it? Hold the mic down here, so. Yeah. That's a budget for you. So yeah.
By the way, he actually does hold the mic here for true.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes and then I remember.
And you do that too?
Yeah.
I actually always notice your thumb. Don't ask me. I notice the most random details, but your thumb always do that.
Yeah. So so me doing that is a way of remembering to let it stay there. If you go like so, it's like you
muffle the sound, right?
Yeah. So if you cover the mic and you distort the sound.
Right.
So it's like so it's a correct way to hold it like this. So there you go. You can credit Bujo for that. Right? Yeah. So my father know. Yeah. So things like that. Your mother said don't choke them, and you can't hold them up there. So you know, and then the stick long, you know. So things like that. And then he's always the kind of person to challenge you with how you do something. If you So why I put the glasses a boss man, you know, so them have the big, you know, like you can't do everything, you have to really think about everything like, well, but daddy, but, all right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and then just even attention to detail and, you know, taking pride in what you do and taking pride knowing that whatever you do represents you. So, you know, if you make something, regardless of what it is, if somebody says, who make that, you're supposed to be proud of what it is and that it will represent you, no matter what it is. So my first little project then was actually some what do I call it now? Just a little box around the plants, the young trees that are planted in the backyard because so the dogs wouldn't destroy them. Yeah. So that was my first, you know, a few little, nothing fantastic, but you want to see me get my square, because them have a square. So I square the corner of them and I do my thing, and when you look, I mean, but when it neat, like when you look on it, I say, yo, but everything level, you never just, you could have just do a thing around the tree, no, when it's supposed to look like it come out of a factory. Same. So, so I graduate from that to work on the dog house and thing, and then I say, all right, my other hen house attached to it, and then, build this, this and that, and just
so,
love it.
Speaking of building, I actually want to test your abilities. I'm going to test your abilities to manipulate, maneuver, and control blocks. Are you game?
Blocks? As in like building blocks?
Well, I mean, are you scared?
Of what? Come ready.
Ready. Let's go.
This is the MasterCard Priceless Moment.
Okay, so this is, no, you're too focused, I don't like how you're focused.
Chris, man, go through now.
So the idea is, I want to see, anyway, first of all, I just know something I'm going to lose this right out the bat. Go watch the man of science out the thing. So how good are you as a builder? I know this is the opposite.
Exactly.
But how good are you with the science of building is what we're doing here. Are you ready?
Yeah, I could do it now.
Who going to go first? My guest?
No, my ladies first. My granny would have vex.
All right. Now vex up, granny. Oh, snap. Why are you shaking? Are you nervous? Are you scared to lose in front of everybody?
Wait,
I'm sorry, I'm going to stop.
I will not be intimidated. Yeah, man, go through.
I forgot for that same one? How I go?
No, yeah, when you touch it, how the rules go. And listen, I don't like the emerging rules. You can't. What are the rules to begin with?
No, for real, how the rules go?
Yeah, man.
If you touch it, you have to move it?
I remember which one you touched. So nobody come take away your hand and go, no. See it right.
It's not that one.
It's that same one.
It's not that one. We have to work on your memory. Okay. Yo. The pressure. You have to, no. Don't. Listen, people, emerging rules.
Well, run the replay. Run the replay because me just see you go from right to left.
And then so we establish the rules after.
Afterwards? No, I can't work with that.
Yo, good choice. Good choice. Okay. You can take from the top?
No, you can't.
Listen, emerging
No,
rules.
that can't work.
All right. Fair enough.
I mean, then the whole I would just take from the top and take.
Actually, you have a point. You have a point. No. I don't hear so.
Why you leave it out? This for dramatic effect? Dramatic effect? Why you leave it?
Why are you trying to distract me while I'm trying to take the thing down? Watch this now. No, you have to take that one.
Wait, listen, we already went through this. I don't understand. Oh man, it gets serious, I know.
This is, oh, that's a good one. You see how easy it come out? This is getting serious.
Gone, I know. If I take up my water, it's over. I know. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's coming down, down, down. Yeah, all right.
It's okay.
Score one for Sasco this up.
I don't like this game.
I rest my case.
I tell you what though. You have little use for truth. You understand the science. Question for you. I'm going to give you 60 seconds. Let me get out my clock and time you. You have 60 seconds to share with me your top 3 life hacks.
Oh, jeez.
The things that you're just like, yeah, them top 3 here, this is what you need in life. Tell me when you're ready.
Yeah, make it relate to something. In relation to what?
The best either advice you've ever received. All right, perfect. 1, advice for career. 2, advice for life. And 3, advice for family.
All right.
Are you ready?
So...
Wait, tell me when to push start. Tell me when to start the clock. Now for your Sagicor life hacks.
Go on.
Starting the clock. No. Go.
All right. First thing first, define your own success, because success will look different and be different for each person. And my definition for success is more tied to potential than anything else. So my definition of success is maximizing your potential. Okay. Manage your perspective.
Ooh.
Yesterday I realized that every situation that presents itself, you can imagine it to be like the core of the earth is the situation, and then you have all these perspectives that could be at any point on the earth. So there's like, I mean, I don't know, the mathematician them can work out how many different perspectives you have of this one thing. So manage your perspective. You can choose how you see it. You know the whole story, the half empty, half full glass, right?
Okay.
Like this one.
It's half full.
There you go. And it's not half full. And then now, family, love yours.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Don't need more than
Time,
that.
I'll stay upon time.
You really want to know? Minute and 20.
What? No, brother, this one fix. How can I phone this? That's not right.
Minute and 20.
You never zero it, man. That account from something else. What did I go on before? I think because I don't know, something wrong with that.
Sasco,
I mean, no, seriously, check the time. Run
no,
the time.
I'm not even joking, but I love that.
Yeah.
I love that because how poignant and profound and spot on, relatable. I love that. Oh, thank you so much.
I'm here all week.
Contact me via 1888 call Sasco. Thank you so much. I actually have a gift for you before you leave us.
Yeah, man. Ready for you.
Are you ready for your gift?
Yeah, I love gifts.
You're going to love your gift.
I bet I will.
Okay. Here is your gift. And if you look in there, I promise you're going to be excited.
Because so I go on. So hold on the little. All right, yeah. Yeah.
But no.
Yes. We got the thing there. Mad.
Personalized, branded toolkit from Sagicor.
Oh, wicked.
Buddy.
Very nice.
Look at that.
All right, so we'll just put back this thing together now.
You know what though,
Thanks.
fun and joke aside, keep doing what you're doing. Keep building, and that's not just literally building, but I
Yes.
love what you are building on in the legacy of Agent.
Jeffrey, Sasco, everybody, Assassin. Yeah. Yep. Thank you.
You're great.
Boom. We still allowed for that?
Yes,
Cut.
man. Odyssey with Yendi Untold Journeys was brought to you in partnership with Sagicor and MasterCard.